Hey, it is, slide that down. There we go. It is Tuesday, the 4th of February, 2025 is upon us. It's Boogie with the Bull, Tuesday night uncensored. Randy Rhodes is with me. Jen Woodruff is supposed to pop by at some point. Jerry Michaels was running a little bit late. And I don't know if Chuck is going to be with us tonight or not. The whole gang is anybody who pops in, pops in. And what's news and exciting, Mr. Rhodes? Well, wait a minute. Hold on. No, it's me. It's not you. It's me. It's me. It was me. It was me. It was me. I turned I turned your mic, Randy. It was me. I turned your mic off to go through the intro music, and I forgot to turn it back on. So if you talk, it should be me because I can hear things clicking around on your
Okay.
desk.
No,
It was me. It was my fault. I'm sorry. I will fire the engineer as soon as the broadcast is over.
no, I want the joy of doing that. No, what's new and exciting? Well, you know, uh, Trump is making waves across the world. He uh, he was asked by this tells you how stupid reporters are. He was asked by a reporter what would happen if Iran, I don't know why they chose Iran, but they did, if Iran would assassinate him or any members of his team. And without even thinking about it, he said he already has instructions written down that should anything happen to him or anyone in his family or on his team, that nation is to be obliterated. Now, having said all that, uh, I would, would our country do that because of killing our president? That's something to be thought of. I mean, they could, I mean, just because it's written down does not mean they'll get carried out. But I think as far as peace of mind, it's like a last living will and testament. Um, we'll have to wait and see. If he gets assassinated,
But then
we wipe out that country?
there, if they can, if they can do any investigation that leads them back to Iran, I would say
Go for it.
yeah, because there are enough loyal there are enough loyal to their commander in chief that will fly through airspace between us and Iran that will allow us to fly through their airspace, knowing that's where they were going, if not join us along the way. And and if that seems to be where people consider the capital of world terrorism to be, it could very well happen. For me, it's a tough subject because I I don't carry the belief that everyone who is there, as well as everyone who came from bad person waiting to hurt everybody in the United States. And I'm not going to change my viewpoint. This is social media. Everybody has a right to believe what they want, say what they want. Come on to a Winnable broadcast and believe what you want and say what you want. But I don't believe that everyone there is a bad person, and I don't believe that everyone of them that is here is a bad person. There are illegal immigrants of them that are here. Yeah, they're bad people. Why are they bad people? Because they've been an illegal immigrant for as long as they've been here. But I don't know a lot of. I've never said. Well, I've said go turn them into a parking lot. But going back to when Carter was president, and the only way it seemed like we would get our hostages out of there would be if we had turned them into a parking lot. But I honestly don't know. Jerry, I don't know if you heard Randy in the beginning. He evidently heard that President Trump had said today that if anything should happen to him, there are instructions on what to do and what to do accurate. And I guess some of it may be going over to a certain part of the world and turning them into a parking lot. I didn't hear it. I spent the day working on it, looking at other things. Did you hear it?
I did not.
Okay.
But thank you for asking the first question I know nothing about.
Well,
There's many, many others, so don't worry.
it's easy for me when someone asks me a question that I don't know anything about, is to basically, as best as I can, cover it as best as I can, and then hope that someone in the live chat or another person on the broadcast cuts me off and says,
Well, either Randy knows because Randy knows all, or Nick
"This
knows
is true."
because Nick knows whatever's left. You know,
Okay,
if you got any cooked possum questions, you ask Nick; he'll tell you all
that's
about it.
right. That's right. You got cooked possum questions. You got
There you go.
vintage Corvette questions.
Well, a vintage Corvette that doesn't run but could easily run if he would have just done what I told him to, but hasn't yet. It's like, I don't know, 3 years.
Yep. And let's see. Uh, what else does Nikki know? Nikki knows how to make sure
Hey,
how to
how's
know
your
what.
dad?
Yeah,
How's your
how's
dad?
your dad? Yeah, Nikki knows that. How's your dad, Nikki?
Yeah, he's all right. I mean, the visit yesterday was a pre-op visit. First, we went to the VA. He finally got some responses from the VA, so he had to do. And this is the most stupid thing I ever heard in my life, because they want to prove he has diabetes, even though he's on insulin. So he had to go do a urinalysis and give blood work to the VA in Opelousas, Louisiana, and which makes no sense because they don't believe his doctor that he's been dealing with, and the insulin infusion place that he's been going to, because he has diabetes. So they don't believe any of that. So they got to do their own tests. So we went there first. Then we had to head to Lafayette from Opelousas, which is pretty much a straight shot. They're close. But and then go through all that bullshit, and then they had to do some more shit, and then get him pre-op ready. His surgery is on Thursday.
Oh,
So
okay. Oh, good. You'll be here tomorrow.
yeah.
Because you told
Good.
me you didn't have to do the pre-op thing.
Well, that was last time, and then the snow hit.
I know, but you know what gets me? My wife goes this shit all the time. Everywhere she goes, she needs a fucking X-ray or a blood test, even though she took one last week.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of shit.
Yeah, exactly. I went. I go to my doctor. I do blood work every time. I get all these labs done, and take 3 to 5 vials of my blood. And I'm not very big, so 5 vials is not I'm kind of depleted at that point.
Well,
But
it's ridiculous because
why
if
does
they're
it
worried
take
about
so
what's
much
going to
blood?
happen in a week, why aren't they worried about? Why don't they just do it the day of? Like, I don't know, 10 minutes before. How
Yeah,
hard is this?
but I mean, how much blood do you need to do like
Yeah.
5 or 6 tests? I mean, split it up already. It's a freaking 4.5 to 5 inch vial.
Dear God,
Split it up.
they're draining your ass.
Oh, they're draining my
They're
ass.
draining, right? Yeah. I've been surprised with the amount of blood they take for me to just do one simple test. It's three vials that size.
Yeah.
Damn,
It's
Dave,
like
that's half
it's
your
like
body
what
capacity.
Yeah.
it is.
Shit.
It
Yeah.
is.
Tell them just go ahead and take
It is.
16 ounces and be
Yeah.
done with it.
Oh yeah, get it over with.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah. What's your
I love
schedule?
the new girl who can't like find a vein and she pokes you like 12 times. It's wonderful,
Oh
really.
God.
Yeah.
Well, I'm lucky that where I go, which is just a couple of blocks away, and then my doctor is just right next, damn near next to it, a block away. But these girls are good. These phlebotomists are really good. There's only one that kind of missed, and the blood squirted, and she's like, "Oh shit!" It's like, you hit it wrong.
Yeah, think what you were thinking.
Yeah, or exactly with high anxiety levels and shit. I'm like, oh hell, I'm gonna bleed out now. But she got it on the next stick, so I mean, they're always good. So I mean, but yeah, why take so much blood to do so few tests?
I don't know.
It makes no sense.
Well,
Then you it's in a
Because
cup.
if they don't take enough, then they got to have you come back and give them more.
yeah.
It's ridiculous. But anyway,
for a guy who's in his, was he in his 80s or 70s now? He drinks coffee all day and eats gumball all night. He can't afford to lose too much fucking blood, man.
Yeah,
that's not good.
No,
exactly.
No.
All right, so I guess Larry said basically Trump said I left a note if anything happens to me, raise hell on earth on
I saw
Iran.
that.
Oh, you saw that? Okay,
Yeah.
so what do you think about that?
Good idea. I saw the video. It was on Truth Social.
Oh, okay.
I saw Trump say it right out the president's mouth, or a horse, or president, whatever you want to call him. He said, "Yeah, Iran says they're not gonna go along with any of our deals." So, and they have, and somebody was questioning him. Somebody that was across the desk was questioning him about it. I'm saying, they're saying that, they have a hit on your head and some of your cabinet members. He said, well, good luck to him. He said, I already have a letter sent out with instructions on what to do if that happens. And he said it's not going to be good. It's going to be pretty much total annihilation.
Well, that would be a start, because let's face it, Iran finances all the bad things in the world, terrorists and so forth.
Mhm.
So if you take out the finances, terrorists are not going to have anywhere to pee and are going to go running into the desert screaming and crying and laying in the fetal position until they die of thirst. Till they go away in thirst and to a fun place where there's lots of fun things to do. Sorry, Dave. I'm trying not to get you kicked off.
No. All the guys that think that they are going to be met with something like 72 fine ladies up there when they pass away seem to make me laugh, because it's the guys that I guess go up and come back because they get up there and find the 72 fine goats, and they kind of ask if it was goats, then just send me back because I was already doing 72 goats while I was here.
I hope that they mistake goats here on Earth with honey badgers up there in heaven. I would enjoy that.
Well, that would mean that they would have to get into heaven.
Well, that is their heaven. I mean, it's separate from everyone else because even God's sick of them.
Oh, okay.
Go over there in that cloud and stay the hell away from everybody.
Yeah. All right. And on that note, Robin Brunson is watching. Callum McMillan. Alan McMillan is watching. Let's see. Oh, and I think we got to have Nikki. Nope. Don't have to have Nikki yet. I spoke early.
Hey, the Chuckster's here.
The Chuckster is with us.
Looks like he's in a Quonset hut, ready to go fight a war in Korea or something.
He is.
Yeah, you were.
Is that a carport? Is that a carport? Oh, the pool. Oh, well, Lottie freaking da. Look at this here.
Oh, hunky dory there.
So you made your destination.
No, that's a swimming pool.
Yeah, that's what
back.
that's
what a pool is.
I
We're
didn't
out on
mean
the
to
back
say
patio.
swimming because
Yeah.
everyone knows what you do in a pool, Chuck.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, we went. Pat and I went down.
I think Chuck
Yep.
froze.
no, he's
Oh, wait a
moving.
minute. Okay, there. I
Okay.
was on Facebook too.
All right.
There we go. Now we can talk and hear you. All right.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
That's all right. You do it
Yeah,
every show.
we made it. We made it down here yesterday, and Pat and I went to the Everglades today and rode an airboat. That
Oh,
was
that's cool.
awesome. Oh
Yeah, they're
man,
pretty cool,
that
ain't
was
they?
yeah. He was going sideways around some of the turns and shit, and after we got back to the dock and stuff, I told him, I said, well, hell, that's what we do up in Wisconsin when it's snowing out. You know, we go around curves, you know, sideways.
In a car.
It was awesome. It was awesome. Got some good pictures of some alligators, and yeah, we had
Not on the escort details. Not on the escort details. I
no,
hope.
no, absolutely not.
Okay.
Yeah, but, no, we had a good time. Had a real good time. Tomorrow we're heading down to the Keys, and we'll be down there for a day and a half or so, and got the motel room
You
all
must-
booked and everything.
You must love driving because Jesus, that's a long ride right there.
Well, from Estero here, what did Jamie say it was, huh? 4 hours? 4 hours, 5 hours. Yeah.
Easily.
So that's
Easily.
yeah.
And that's 5 hours if depending on the traffic around Miami.
Well, depending on the traffic down in the Keys too, because it's only a 2-lane road, and if you know somebody's going their slow ass down there, you know it's going to take longer to get down to the bottom.
Not if you get on the 7-mile bridge and ram them repeatedly till they fall in the ocean, and then you go fast.
Oh, is that how you do it? Just
Yes,
drive them
that's
off the
how you do
bridge?
it.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
just right off the side.
That'd be cool. Okay.
Yeah, nobody wants to do it, but I keep telling them that's the best way to go. Yeah.
I'm gonna shut the headphones off here for a minute. Pat would get a laugh out of some of these comments you guys are making, so hang on.
All right.
We're both sitting out here on the patio, and that's the only place we can smoke.
Yeah. Be careful down in Key West. It's a different kind of place, Chuck. There's a lot
Always
of
something.
there's a lot of weird people. It's almost like the island version of New York City, Times Square.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. His son-in-law, he told me last night. He said the further south you go, the crazier the drivers are. So.
Yeah, because if you down in around like on the East Coast, then go down around Miami. Holy fuck! It's like listen, if you ain't doing 80 in stop and go traffic, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah, yeah. We saw 5 accidents on the way down from Wisconsin.
Yeah,
and usually we see 1 or 2. You know, maybe 1 in Tennessee and 1 in Georgia, but. Holy shit! Yeah, it's crazy, really, nuts.
Did you figure out what all the smoke was about, Chuck?
No, we hit that damn state when we were down in Valdosta, Georgia, right? You know, like 10 miles from the state line, and it was foggy as shit, and it smelled like rubber burning or burning wires and stuff, and. I had heard, this mysterious fog that the whole country's had the last couple weeks.
You sure it wasn't your car,
like
Chuck? You sure it
wasn't the car? The car still runs. We're doing good on that.
It was
Still
burning wire is usually a sign that you're about to explode into 12,000 pieces.
It was.
Yeah, we're still figuring out all the bells and whistles on this car. It's like, holy
you
shit.
rented a car? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I have a question for the panel. Jen Woodruff, for the first time, realized that she was actually had something else she had to do at the same time and will not be able to be with us tonight. So the question I'm going to throw at the 4 of you, and you guys decide is: do we find her, or do we just bow to her the next time she can be on?
Oh no, find her deeply.
Okay.
Guilty as charged.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I say no.
Okay.
Well, no one cares what you say, Chuck. See, that's the thing.
Thanks, Gary. You're so
No,
special.
she told me last night she was on her way. I'm still waiting. I left the page open every so often. I go look.
It's not there.
Well,
Okay,
I
well then
apologize,
yeah,
Les.
Heiner.
I
I was
apologize.
just going to stand you up like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
it was a pretty heartbreaking situation because I was stuck with Nick, or not even who was oh
You
Randy,
were
yeah Randy. Actually, we had a pretty
okay.
good
Now
show
wait a
last
minute.
night. I
Damn the
enjoyed it,
luck.
and Robert Lawless was on, and Dave was on like
Yeah,
72 times. But
I was.
and,
Yeah, my internet finally crapped out the
yeah,
73rd time, so I
yeah,
gave
yeah.
up.
But it wasn't bad. I thought it was pretty good actually.
Got
You know.
98 people showing up.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah,
You did?
98 people watched
Oh
on
yeah,
X.
over on
Oh, did I tell you, Nick?
on
I
that.
can't make no videos on the on.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, you were a bad boy. Mhm.
Yeah, I'm a horrible
Yeah,
person.
you've been spammed.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, I'm
you've been
appealing
saved.
it, so we'll see what happens there. I did say in very emphatically, "fuck you." So hopefully that'll fix it
Yeah,
right
that'll
away.
Oh,
help
oh
out.
that helped. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that'll help.
fuck you always
That'll help.
helps around. Yeah.
That's a hey, Randy. We don't need any help. Okay, I can't afford X as much as I would like to be there, but we don't need any
No,
help.
fuck you is okay, Dave. It's the
Okay.
Yeah, it's the
yeah.
you remember and I thought about it, Jerry. That's the first thing came to my mind when you got blocked. Like, remember the old Eddie Murphy skit with the landlord? Uh, so how does it's like a rhyme.
Okay, we need to make a new rule for Nick. If
And,
he's going to tell a story, he has to actually remember the story.
no, but it's like go to the landlord
Yeah.
late at night. Sea dog bark. Do he bite? CILL. My landlord.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Remember that shit?
yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was my
The views
yeah.
expressed. The views expressed in the last 5 seconds on Boogie with the Bull Uncensored tonight are those of the guest speaker in the third square on the top row, and not necessarily the views of Boogie with the Bull.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it is.
Meta. Look,
Yeah.
they
No,
are.
see, now
they
you blew
are.
it, Dave.
They
We're
are.
getting kicked off the
Yeah.
show now. Way to go, Dave.
They are.
Nice
Hey,
job, Dave. Take forever.
That's all right.
I've taken notice that Dave has turned into a yes man these past couple of weeks.
Yeah. See that? Well, he fights
Okay.
with Facebook all the time.
What the
And
hell?
he
I do.
loses all the time.
What the hell? What? Damn, Randy, that was cold.
I used to win. I used to win all the time in groups that
Yeah.
people were getting nailed with a false news violation. So I was the one who would file the appeal, and most of the time
I won the
And then all of a
last
sudden-
time, but it wasn't a video. It was just like I wrote something. I don't even remember what the hell it was, but they kicked me out. It was like 30 seconds later, because it wasn't that long ago. And I'm like, I don't even remember what the hell the reason
Yeah.
was. But
And all the music
Yeah.
violations that
oh yeah, there's like 50 of them.
you
And I
know.
don't get it because it's free
Yeah, well-
music to
Yeah.
me. So how is it not okay to use? So
Well,
I just ignored that because it'll go away eventually.
somebody in BFE apparently wrote this music.
Right.
Mr. Hardword or
Yeah.
somebody.
No, it's got a weird name. He does.
I'm waiting.
Or
Yeah.
she. I don't know.
I'm waiting until that guy in China who thinks he owns Boogie with the Bull complains to Facebook that I can't use
Oh yeah, Alan is on the ball.
the intro that Jerry made for me because they own the music.
Well, he can share all my revenue, which is holding very steady at 50 cents. And matter of fact, he can have all of
Okay.
it. It's fine. And that was just to show you back in May of last year. So obviously, if he wants it, he's more than welcome to it. I'm good, But yeah, Alan says your screen is reversed tonight, Nick, and he's right.
I have to do that
Yeah,
to
it
be able
is.
to.
Oh yeah,
I
I
have
know.
to mirror my screen to point to the correct person.
But here's the thing. Oh, I don't know about Restream
Oh,
on
wait a
Eve,
minute.
Eve, whatever the hell it is. Um, the only person that it affects is the person who puts down mirror my camera, like for instance me, and everybody else sees whatever I'm doing. But you know that whole trying to remember which way to point. We're the only ones I've ever seen point. Um, so yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
no, I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to. I wanted to tip the guy in the
Yeah,
other
but it's
corner.
like we're the only ones that do that, but it drives you nuts that you're pointing like over there or something where you're supposed to trying to go like at Dave's side. So
Yeah. But Dave is right there.
yeah, I know.
He's
Yeah,
right there.
yeah.
Yeah.
Duck is over there.
Jesus
Right
Christ, I know
here.
women who would die for your fingernails.
Yeah, they're good.
I know.
I can
Damn.
tell you. I can tell you one thing. It's freaking hot down here in Florida. 85 degrees. Freaking humidity.
Oh, the humidity today
I
in
just,
Louisiana was
I just
90%.
did that to confuse you.
93% humidity in Louisiana. Holy shit.
Yeah.
I can
Hot.
tell you what it is here. It is 59 in Chiefland, and the humidity is 83%, and that's low because here recently it's been about 95 to 97, going back and forth. So
65 degrees here in northern
let's see,
Florida.
Jerry, you would have loved Trump's press conference with BB. He wants all the Hamas holes gone. I think,
He does.
yeah, I gotta be truthful. First of all, the Palestinians in general, after I've watched all the videos I have on, like what's actually going on over there, nobody likes them. Nobody.
Because there's no such thing as Palestinian.
Nobody.
Not only that, when you watch them release two hostage, give her a certificate of completion of their little program, make her hold it up and make a speech, and then get in them weird looking SUVs they got over there. It's probably American, I don't know. Anyway, and then drive through a crowd that wants to literally rip them to pieces. And is banging on the side and all, the whole, it's no damn wonder people in the Middle East don't even want them, like Turkey or what was the other one? Saudi Arabia, I think. I mean, Saudi Arabia got big money. They don't want these low lifes there.
No.
And I bet you nobody is going to shed a tear if everyone in Gaza, all them Hamas holes, the just the civil, if they all just uh, took a flight into the clouds of Happy Land. Um,
Disrepaired.
yeah, I don't think anybody shed a tear. I don't know. I know I would,
No.
because right now that's where all the problems are. But again, it all starts with Iran too, because who's financing? Well,
Yeah.
actually, we are because we gave them all the damn money to do it.
No, we gave it all to Ukraine.
We gave a whole crap load since Obama to
Oh,
Iran.
yeah, that's right. Pallets worth. Yeah, you're right.
Did you see those posts on the FB? If you're on there, all the posts of Zelensky saying out of the like $115 billion we pledged to them, he's only gotten like $76 billion, and he hinting around like he wants to know where the other is. My response was, it's already gone. It was get to approve to send you the $76 billion that you got.
Yep.
Yeah. The rest was laundered.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, it probably went into, what is that? You said?
Yeah. You said.
Us said, or what the hell ever.
USAID. You
Yeah,
don't call
right.
it US aid because it's not an aid corporation.
No, what it is,
It's not aid. It's not
money
aid to the U.S.
No, it's a money laundering bank, basically.
Yeah.
And the government funds it, and then they send it to whoever asks. and I don't care who it is. They actually sent $35,000 to some country to have a alphabet play, like on
Yeah,
stage.
You know, if
Yeah,
yeah.
if
yeah, nice.
if that's what they want to do, why can't they just do it with Americans? Why can't I just send a letter and ask for $50,000?
Go ahead, Dave, and tell him Jerry needs 100.
Yeah,
Yeah,
then we can get paid.
I
you
gotta
know,
have my Sparkle Pony show, and tell him it'll be very beautiful and pink.
and you'll
Well,
have
they also paid. I don't remember what it
and
was,
you'll have it on
fif-
X
50,000 or something for
in the Jerry space.
all trans. Yeah, they paid like 50,000. 50. I don't know, 50,000. It might have been 50 million. For some all trans uh
Yeah,
Oh yeah, yeah,
uh
yeah,
ballet.
yeah. Ballet. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
And
like, it's somewhere else, not even in the United States.
I
Nope.
I'd be too embarrassed if they were laundering money through USAID and giving it to me if that's where the money came from. If they sent me a check, if they sent me a check to produce a play of LGBTQRXTRWXYZ play, I'd be too embarrassed to go to my bank and deposit that check.
I wouldn't.
Oh,
Oh, just give it to me. That'll be fine. I'll start a commune for old, fat, bald, transgender men, and it'll be fun. Yeah,
yeah,
because judging by X, there is a shitload of them.
yeah,
And they don't. And some, most of them, I swear, have beards. It's fun. Yeah,
Yeah,
and they're very vocal, which is sad. But and they have a
well,
camera phone, so this is not good either.
well, then when I
Uh,
come on X, I'm going to have to get rid of my beard.
have you guys noticed? I don't know anywhere else on social media because X is full of it, where all these liberals are talking about you don't have the right to be pissed off at Trump now for what he did this or he did that. And you're pissed, like we're pissed off about this. I don't know about anybody else. I ain't heard of no Trump supporter upset about shit he's doing. Number
Right.
one, and two, that's why I voted for him.
Yep.
yeah.
I mean,
I
Trump
don't.
cut out the entire alphabet off the LGB, whatever. The whole alphabet, rest of the alphabet is gone.
Right.
There's two genders. Ukraine, you're gonna die. Bye bye. Okay, and all this, and I don't know anybody who's mad about that.
No.
I'm going to assume none of you are.
No, I don't get on X very often. Uh, Less often than not. But when I do, I don't stay on there for more than 5-10 minutes because I'm looking at
Yeah.
something specifically,
Uh,
and then I log out, and then that's the extent of it. I don't sit there and babysit that shit and get all pissed off
Right.
because I'm gonna start saying things that might get me kicked off of X.
you'd be surprised. I've said some pretty tough things. Well, I've said things, and that I expected to be, and because I've been kicked off 5 times when it was the little bird guy, Twitter.
Twitter,
Yeah, and
Tweety Bird.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I haven't, but I'm not to say I won't, because there's at least in my feed, it's like Facebook. If I go through my feed, I never see liberal shit ever. But I once I followed a couple of people like that Harry guy, whatever his name is. He's a little gay kid that is working for the DNC. Because I enjoy saying things to him, although I doubt seriously if he cares because he's getting paid. But it makes me feel better. It's like it's like David Hogg.
Oh
It's fun
God.
to say shit to David Hogg because David Hogg, I swear to God, I have fingers thicker than his arm.
He
Hmm.
He wasn't there. He admitted he wasn't there.
Yeah.
He
Well,
heard.
now
He
he's
heard.
the
He
second in
heard him.
command at the
I
DNC. So
know,
we got that
but
going
Mhm.
for us.
he heard about it. He grabbed his cassette recorder because he wanted to be a journalist. He was on the school newspaper, and he hid out there after everybody had left, trying to find people that he could interview. And I guess later, CBS went and came and talked to the school newspaper staff. And the kids went along in the beginning like he was a hero. And I guess 2 or 3 nights before CBS was going to show it, the kids contacted CBS and said he wasn't there. We've
Yeah.
been lying
Oh,
to cover
you remember
for
Dave?
him.
He was
And
riding his
CBS,
Huffy as fast as
yeah,
he could to get there.
yeah,
Remember
and
that?
CBS canceled the special.
Good.
Yep. Rode his bike, went and hid in the
Yeah,
closet somewhere,
hid in a locker.
or somewhere,
Yeah.
and
He could fit.
said he almost died.
I guarantee you that guy got made fun of in school a lot.
Yeah. Well, his
And
father
this was his chance to be a hero.
his father's somebody. I don't know if it was FBI or local law, some kind of law enforcement or
FBI.
something. Yeah, and
FBI.
maybe that was going to help him or something.
Well, that's
but
how he got into Harvard.
yeah,
Well,
His,
yeah.
I don't know if this is good. Who went to college here? Anybody? Nick. Nick went to college. Oh, and okay. So his was SAT score was 1250. Is that's bad or average?
No, that's about average or so.
Yeah, but he went to Harvard, so don't you need like I don't know
I
about
think
now.
like 1800 is the highest you get on SAT.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Somewhere
well,
around there.
I think you need to be higher than 1250 to get into Harvard, unless of
Yeah,
course
probably so.
you're famous for lying about your whereabouts and
Right.
want to take the guns away.
Yeah, I never took an SAT because our colleges used the ACT,
Oh, okay.
and I got 26 out of 34. So
Well, that sounds okay.
yeah, it was enough to get me scholarships,
Yeah.
academic scholarships.
Huh.
I wasn't gonna be a sports scholarship
I got
guy.
a 4. I got a 4. Not 400, just 4. Because I didn't take. I'm only kidding. I didn't take it. I wasn't gonna get up that early in the morning to go take the test for like I don't know 8 hours or so. It was a long ass time because it was like the thing where they had the proctor and the
Yeah.
person that was the proctor really liked saying the word proctor and all that kind of crap. And
Yeah, that sounds, that kind of sounds like a proctologist or something.
yeah. I was going to say the proctologist.
yeah.
But yeah, the ACT, my first time I took it, we do pre-test when we're in the 11th grade around here.
Right. Oh,
And
yeah. I remember.
you take a fake one.
Yeah.
And then they score you. And I made a 22, I think it was, on the first try. So then going to college, to get into college, I went to the college, and there was a room of us taking the ACT, and I made a 26. And that was in the 12th grade before I got to college. So
Okay. Yeah, I remember the
I went up 4 points.
Yeah, I remember the pre-SATs, and I believe we did it in towards the end of 11th grade. Last semester or something, whatever. I think I may have taken that. I don't know how. I didn't care about it. I think a lot of people took it, and I don't remember what I got. But I'm going to assume with the way my life turned out, it wasn't very high.
Yeah.
So
You
got that going for it.
you put your name on it. That's a score.
Well, I may have spelled it wrong, but I gave it my best shot. I did. Whatever. But yeah, because it seems like you need more than 1250 to get into freaking Harvard. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, definitely.
And he got in because of his reputation, which is built on a lie and complete bullshit.
Yep.
Uh, and whatever. So I don't know. We're going to have to listen to him for the next 4 years, do speeches and fly all over the country and scream that we need to
Nah,
defend.
I heard DeSantis. I heard DeSantis isn't going to allow him into Florida.
Well, that would be good, but unfortunately, he lives in Florida, so that could be a problem. But
Does he? Oh yeah, that's true. It happened here
Parkland.
in Florida. Yeah, it
I
happened here
used
in
to
Florida.
go to Parkland
Yeah.
when I was working. I'd go to Parkland. I did 4 or 5 cars in Parkland every week, and
Well,
I've
you
been
agree.
past that high school many times, so I kind of knew I not the inside. I knew the layout of the Parkland. Really isn't much. There's like no store.
Gary, don't tell people you know the layout of a school.
Yeah, don't do
No,
that.
no, don't do that. I'll get kicked off
My
of
team
Facebook.
outside in a minute.
I'll
Yeah.
get kicked off of Facebook.
Yeah, well, boy, Dave, I think that would probably kill you from DTs. Dave would need to
No.
go to a rehab and a 12-step program.
No, I got other places all set up.
Didn't he quit Harvard or got put out? I hadn't heard that. I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think it worked out well for him.
Well, you go from being an average student, which there's nothing wrong with, really, but then go to Harvard.
You can't go to Harvard and be an average student.
Well, I know you can't go to Harvard and be a less than average student or below average student because most of those from their DEI programs type shit ended up either dropping out or failing.
Yeah.
You just have who goes to Harvard from high school? Them guys that are taking like Nick. Didn't you take trigonometry in high school and
Oh yeah.
Abstract math and freaking plus
I took it
0 plus 19 plus XYZ, and then you got to figure out what the fuck XYZ is. And I always wrote alphabet, and I was wrong every time.
Advanced trig, calculus, linear algebra, and differential equations.
And advanced science classes, advanced English classes, all advanced classes.
Underwater basket weaving.
And I never, I
Yeah.
never used any of that shit.
And I never used it, Chuck.
Yeah, well,
Never used it.
I had one job where trigonometry was part of it, and that was land surveying.
Yeah.
But it was more important you knew how to use the calculator than it was to actually know trigonometry, because once you knew how to use the calculator did it all for you. Then they brought it back to the shop, plugged it into the CAD machine, and the CAD machine drew everything out. So you had to be an expert on trig. You had to be an expert on the calculator.
Yeah, and you see, my calculus 2 teacher in college, he refused to let us use calculators.
Yeah, that was old school there.
And on the final test to get out of that class, he said, but now they required that you get one of these TI 55.
Yeah, which was about that long.
Oh my God, yes.
About that long.
It required you to spend that $200 on that.
Yep, yeah, I remember that sucker.
But we couldn't use
the Texas Instrument wasn't good enough, Nick. Didn't have enough squiggly lines on it.
Well, that's the one that we're talking about.
Oh, is it? I didn't. Okay,
but
it was like 3 times as long as your cell phone.
It was a requirement.
This is my calculator, Dave, right here.
Yeah. It was a requirement
every button
to go to.
This is mine. It's an app on my cell phone.
Yeah, me too. But it was a requirement to go to the class.
Yeah,
but we couldn't use it the entire year.
Yeah, but that taught you better
until the final
what they're learning now, because even in high school, if you brought a calculator to class, that was almost as bad as like I don't even know, because you got in a lot of freaking trouble for that.
Yeah.
That was as bad as cheating. That was actually cheating.
It is cheating.
Using a calculator. Now, I think that's all they do, isn't it? I don't know.
Yeah, I just simply learned, 55 plus 55 is 110. I mean,
Yeah,
I just know it. You know.
yeah. Well, yeah, because the my dad, who didn't finish high school, said he was big on math. Oh my God! He said you
That
will
was
use
my
math.
subject.
He said you will use math every day in your life, and I'm like, I don't know, 8, and I'm looking at him like, fuck you, I don't know nothing, fuck a bunch of math. Okay, and damn well, it's like every other damn thing, he was right about all of it. And
Yep.
I mean, I don't, regular math, add, subtract, multiply, divide. Okay, or at least know how to do it. Now,
Yep.
I use a calculator, but oftentimes, if I'm not at this table, I will go and get a piece of paper and do whatever I got to do, and usually won't even I'll figure it out in my head before I even write the full answer down.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm glad that I did learn that.
Yep.
Yeah. I see my grandkids struggling with this Common Core shit,
Well, it's because it's stupid.
and they're like, Papa Nick. They call me Papa Nick. Papa Nick, can you help me with this problem? And I read that nonsense. I'm like, what the hell are they teaching you?
But wasn't that George Bush who said no math equation will be left behind?
Uh,
Well, I got news
right?
for you.
Yeah.
They seem
But
to be. Well, wasn't it? Who was it? Your daughter. She had the teacher that taught her how to do math wrong, and then told you were wrong, and then ended up
yeah, my daughter.
summer school class because everybody in the class failed.
Yeah, that was Jasmine. Yeah.
Jasmine, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody failed. And the teachers, and it was algebra. And then the teacher said, because she was making straight A's in the class. But then she was like, Dad, it doesn't make any sense to me what's going on here. I'm making straight A's, but I'm doing it the way the teacher's doing it. But it doesn't make any sense. So I said, okay, come here, baby. Let me show you how this works. So I write it all out and show her how it all works on paper first and get the answer. And then I'd get on the computer and type in the equation and get the same answer. I said, you see, Dad's right. Your teacher's wrong. She said, well, Dad, she says you're wrong. I said, you can tell her to kiss my ass. She's wrong.
And she got
Oh
detention
yeah.
for that. She
And
got
you told
detention for
you
that.
told Jasmine to do that, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
That was Jasmine you told to do that.
Yeah. And she
Oh, okay.
probably did.
Yeah,
She got kicked out of school.
yeah.
Well, she
Oh,
got
they
kicked
did a
out of
lot of
school
fucked up
for
shit to
another
her in
reason, but
school.
her hair color or whatever.
Yeah.
When they put her in the closet, that was
Yeah, put her in the closet to take the final exams because they kicked her out of school because her hair color wasn't natural. It was like she colored it to like an auburn color,
yeah.
reddish auburn color. All the while, the orange-haired woman that worked in the school office was perfectly fine.
Yeah.
So they called me because they said, oh no, she's got to color her hair back to something that can naturally be grown. It's like this color can naturally be grown.
Yeah.
Like, tell me how that woman in the office can grow orange hair.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
But
Well, you look at it now.
they
It's
finally capitulated and
put her in.
put her in a broom closet somewhere because she might offend someone with her hair color. All the while, I'd see all these other kids over there. Uh, uh, Pat, I'd like to solve the problem
Yeah.
Yeah.
with blue streaks in their head and all this bullshit and dreads all over the place. Like, that's not natural. That shit don't grow natural. but they picked on my daughter, and they picked on the wrong motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, good. But that's how schools are now.
Yep.
I don't mind not having purple and pink and every color of the rainbow hair in school. I don't think that's a place for it.
No.
It's just and all it is an attention getting thing. That's it. Look at me, look at me. That's why we got so many kids that are narcissists.
Yeah.
It's all about me with the internet and all the bullshit. And I personally, my daughter colors her hair exactly like that. It's like reddish. It's auburn. Yeah, whatever.
Auburn is a color.
It
You
has.
naturally grow that shit.
Yeah.
You know?
I think she was blonde once, and she hated that from the start. So that was the last
Yeah.
time I had to see that. But otherwise, yeah, I don't. I mean, you could tell it's dyed, I guess, because. But whatever. But it ain't, every color of the rainbow, which I see
No.
more and more,
Oh, I
or
see
green.
people with rainbow hair and
Yeah.
neon green and everything you can imagine.
Yeah.
But I had to go through hell for this bullshit, and they're calling me. Why isn't Jasmine at school? I said, you said she wasn't allowed to go there, so I'm not sending her. Well, yeah, but we have testing going on right now. I said, well, you need to change your goddamn policies because I'm not sending my daughter to school. You told me she's not allowed on campus, so that means she's not allowed on campus. Now make up my fucking mind, or this call is over.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Well, that's kind of like how Facebook treats
yeah,
How they
Jerry.
treat everybody. Yeah.
Yeah.
How
It's
they
the
treat
same thing.
everybody. Yeah.
It sounds like.
So how long are you banned
Oh, that's
from
another
making
thing. They
videos
never
now?
told me.
Permanently or what?
he doesn't know.
Oh,
Yeah,
They
that's
don't
that's
know.
pretty
nice.
cool, really.
Sentence you, and then
Yeah,
they'll
and I
tell you.
actually
Yeah,
thought I
that's
missed
nice.
it,
Yeah.
so I went and really looked today, and all the stuff they sent me, and nowhere does it say how long. All it says is we took the video down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
So I'm
the
like,
video's not there, but
Yeah. They just took the video down. That's all.
yeah, I don't. Our second, well, it was like the last 15 minutes or something. Uh,
yeah,
Yeah, it
yeah, it
went.
was just
Yeah.
Poof.
gone.
uh,
Gone.
yeah, CILL, my landlord.
Yeah.
And your
Uh,
senator from California too.
yeah. I don't know.
Yeah,
I got to be truthful.
shifty shift.
It's been a long time since I've really cared. And all I'm going to do is tomorrow I'm going to try to sign into one of my other accounts. Okay. And then I'll just do it from that account. And I guess I'll have to send that account out to everybody to where it is. I don't know. Or do it from the group. We have a group, the American Rebellion Group. The only letters that are capitalized is the A, R, and the T on the, and it's a group. And if you go there, we'll probably just come from there. I'll just have to come there as either JT or Jerry, one of those two. Uh, Poor JT, he's always getting beat up.
Yeah, yeah. JT Holbrook gets his ass whipped all the
Yeah,
time.
I go to his house and nothing good happens. It's no good. But yeah. That was my back in my drinking days. That was my alias for the electric company. I've never had my electric off, but I have like moved out without paying the bill, so I come up with a new name and everything, social security number, all kinds of shit.
Jeez.
Because it's just a phone call to have it turned on, and I was surprised. It went right through, and I was like, I know what JT stands for is John Thomas, just in case they asked. I thought this out.
Yeah, I
So
made a mistake one time. I moved out of the apartment that we were living in, and I forgot to cancel the electric account that was for that apartment. I moved into another apartment, and I got this hellacious bill like 3 months later, like over $1,000, because the people that were in there were using electricity as my name.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's not. No, it's not.
No.
Absolutely no.
No.
Not
No.
nice at all.
Well, I just I don't know. I've never had my late. I just didn't pay the last in that particular time and pay the last bill, and from that time forward, I never. Um, I always lived in the same area. If I moved, it wasn't that far. I just had transferred, so I never had to worry about it.
Hmm.
But I remember a time my electric bill was like $30 a month when I lived in Gainesville. I was like in my early 20s or about mid 20s. I was like, damn, $30 like that.
Wow.
Now, freaking
Yeah.
thing, I paid $219 the other day.
Ouch.
There's people out there paying way more, especially with the price of natural gas and oil. I guess some people still use oil.
Yeah. Speaking of that, I mean, I have my heater is gas, and it had been running since all the snow and 2 weeks of all that debacle, and I never received the bill. And, yeah, so I'm like, okay, well, why have I normally receive it before the end of the month, but I hadn't received the bill. So my mom was going to town. She's taking my car, and I said, okay, here's my last bill. Go to the gas department and ask them what the fuck. I mean, why hasn't it been sent out? And what is it? What's the charge? So she goes there, and the standard charge, because it's gas plus sewage, they charge you $12 a toilet. We have 2 toilets in the house. One of them rarely used, and in the gas, and in
No,
normal
wait. I missed that. What about the toilets?
they charge you $12 per toilet for sewage in your house.
You're shitting
Sewage.
me.
No,
What the fuck? I mean, what the hell?
well, it I don't know where they come up.
How they know? How you know? Wait. So how they know? Okay, let's say you had 4 toilets in your house. How do they know how many toilets you have, and how they know that you're using all 4 toilets?
Yeah, I'm not sure how they know how many toilets I have in my house, but they
Well,
know I have 2.
it's because it's
The building,
there's plans for your house in the city
yes,
government,
city
so they
plan.
can look it up.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
how do they know you're using? Okay. If
It's
you
an average.
if you
my
get
guess.
2 toilets, how do they know you're using both toilets, not just one?
Well, they don't care.
They got a camera in your bathroom.
Yeah,
Or in the
It's a standard charge.
yeah. What it
$12.
is it's an average. They average it all out and then make sure they get their cut, and then
Yeah,
you pay a lot.
just for sewage. It's a standard charge per toilet in every house in Eunice, Louisiana. $12. Yeah, it doesn't go up, doesn't go down. But I told my mom, I was like, okay, here's the last bill I paid on this gas toilet charge bill. Go to because since she's going to town, I said, go to the gas department and ask them why I haven't received this bill. And the woman says, well, she said, I don't know why, but it probably because, all the weather that came through and maybe the mail was delayed or whatever. I said, and I was like, well, that's been a while now. So anyway, the bill was actually because I normally pay $32.20 every month. Just a pilot light running and $24 for toilets. And the bill was like $32.98.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, but I don't know how it was so cheap because we
Well,
burned
yeah, something is wrong in their system.
we burned gas.
You
I
can
mean,
bet your ass when they find the
my
glitch,
heater was running like crazy.
you'll pay for it 6 months from now when they find the glitch.
Oh, it's coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And I hate that too because it's their mistake. Why? Screw you. You lose the money. That's the way it goes.
Yeah.
Because if you make a mistake, first of all, they never believe you. I mean, look at these people calling up like the gas company or the phone company or something like that with like a $4 million bill, and
Yeah.
the person on the phone is telling them that's what it says here. I'm sorry, you'll have to pay it. Like that's normal, okay? Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
what? Or water bill? It's like $250,000 for I don't know a 2-bedroom house. Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't live in California and fill up a 400,000 gallon swimming pool and shit.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
But even better, so I get a letter today from my mortgage company. Says payment change notice, mortgage documents, annual escrow account disclosure statement. This big ass thing. So, the gist of it is, they pay my escrow. They charge me a mortgage every month. And then they tell me I'm short on the escrow. Because my city and whatever parish taxes went up or something. So they want $122.93 in full now. Your monthly escrow payment will decrease to $137.37 to cover escrow expenses. So, they send me the bill. Isn't that their job to figure this shit out before I pay my mortgage?
Yeah.
And then they send me another bill to say that, oh, you were short on your escrow.
Yep.
And let me tell y'all something. I've done this in the past many times. I've paid double mortgage payments, double and triple escrow payments. And you know what they did? Sent me a fucking refund check because I overpaid.
Well, yeah, of course.
Like, keep the goddamn money. I did it on purpose because I know what you're going to do.
Yeah. It probably happens every year to every other year. As soon as they raise taxes,
Yeah.
the city or what do you live in? Parish, right? You're a
Parish.
Yeah. They're going to do, yeah.
Parish and
the
city.
shit changes. I know because where I lived in Vero, my wife's house, that she had to do that in 4 years. I think it was once or twice because they raised the taxes. And something else too. I don't remember what. Oh, insurance went up. Homeowners insurance.
Oh, that was another thing. All the insurance went up.
Yeah.
Homeowners insurance, because all that comes out of my mortgage payment.
What is the difference between a city and a parish? Because
Parish is like our
I hear
counties, Dave.
Parish is a county.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
A
just
city
call
is a city.
They call it parishes, I think,
Okay.
because it had to do
Well, that's
with church.
Louisiana.
Well, that's what I
Yeah,
started
I
thinking.
can't
I started
remember the
thinking,
whole.
what are they all church-owned
No, it
cities
was just
that they
whatever
call the
church
parish?
you went to. That was your parish,
Your parish.
which is what they call the
Right,
church calls
right.
it anyway. And I think all of
Right.
them, well, most of them do anyway. I don't think the Jews do, but whatever. And it has
No, we
something to
don't.
do
Yeah.
with
French
that.
law. It's
Yeah,
it's
plus French. Yeah, they fuck up everything.
yeah.
So
That
Okay.
so that's what it is, Dave. A
Okay.
parish is the same thing as a county.
yeah,
It's just Louisiana
Okay.
is the only state with parishes.
yeah. I don't think no other
Okay.
state has anything but counties, or at least
Yeah.
that what they
Correct.
call them. But
Yeah.
yeah. But anyway, I don't know. The whole homeowners insurance is a freaking joke. Because then after you pay every premium, and you can't help but pay it on time because the mortgage company is they're the ones paying it.
Oh
You
yeah.
know, and it's not cheap. Obviously, it's literally at this point probably half your mortgage, all right, or more. And back then, I think it was just under half, like 47%, or we figured it out one day. Whatever. Okay. And then they want to argue with you how much money they're going to give you.
Yeah.
And you like your roof blows off in a hurricane or something.
Yeah. And I look
Yeah.
at my mortgage payment, which went up this past year. And it's probably $30 more than what it was before.
Yeah. And I'll tell
And
you something else. The flood insurance, which is astronomical,
yeah, I don't
in
need that.
all the coastal sides of all the states in the Gulf, especially, and on Florida on the East Coast too. But you better check to see what elevation you're at because you may be a couple of foot above the flood zone or a few. But if it's 2 or 3 foot in a big enough storm, or somebody gets an earthquake and a real tidal wave comes through that's 8, 10, 15, 20 foot high, that's going to flood you and you're screwed.
Yeah,
But the problem is the premium, the yearly cost for a flood insurance is just out of control.
it's ridiculous.
It
You
is.
know, it's like if
Yeah.
you get, they have flood insurance, they have natural disaster insurance, they have everything you can imagine
They do. Yep.
that
And
that that's not included in your normal home insurance.
no, look at it this way. If you have that disaster insurance and there is a tornado in Kansas and wipes out a town, which happened. I don't know if it's Kansas, but that town that blew away. Your hurricane that you have, your insurance is going up because you are paying.
Yep.
That's how insurance is based. I remember during the Obamacare thing. Well, healthy people are paying for sick people. That's how insurance is. The guy whose house burned down, the reason you're paying your fire
Yeah.
insurance is because of him. And so they can pay him and also continue to get the big bonuses, and also
Yeah.
the shareholders and all that are very happy. They don't lose a dime and they only gain money.
Yep.
Yeah,
So that
and the guy who was driving his car that's uninsured, you pay
Yeah.
for
yeah,
that wreck
right.
too.
As a matter of fact, you do in
You
Florida
do.
because they have
Yep.
uninsured
In
motorists, which I
Florida,
think
you
is
do. Yeah.
mandatory, actually. And
Yeah,
if they make it fucking mandatory, that means they have a major problem with it and they know it.
yes,
They
Yeah.
do. And this no fault thing in Florida doesn't make any sense to me at all. If I get rear-ended, it's the fault of the person that hit me. I don't want to hear, well, there's no fault. You go and take care of your own car. No, no,
Well,
no,
first of all,
no, no. We got clean
there's
driving
always a
records.
fault. I don't care what accident it is. There's always going to be a fault. Somebody did
Right.
something. It depends. Like I got in a wreck one time. It was my fault. I just told him it was my fault. And I tried to work it out with the lady, but I said, you got a choice. You can go get it at 3 estimates. I'll pay for it because it would have been way cheaper, or we'll call the cops. And she chose to call the cops, so we did. And I told the cop it was my fault, but which was obvious. Anyway, there was no way around it. But there's no such thing as no fault. No fault is for first of all, you get a stupid cop, and that's what you need first. And then what you need is the insurance company coming up with some bullshit to charge you extra. Because you're right, it's a convoluted. Insurance is a convoluted mess. It's kind of like the tax code.
It's a scam.
Yeah.
And now in Louisiana, you don't legally have to have insurance as long as you can prove that you are setting aside a certain amount of money to cover accidents. And
I think in some states you have to have a bond that is so much in order to Randy
you have to
he
put it
needs
in
to
a
jump
certain
off.
account. Yeah, it's like a certain account, Dave, that you have to put it in that says this is for insurance purposes. I'm not gonna pay the insurance company plus their overhead. I'm just gonna cover my car.
Yeah, if you have a car, been driving for what is it, 7 years, I think, and you ain't had a wreck, no tickets, your insurance should go down. And I mean, not $2. It should go down significantly
No.
because in the end, like you take what Chuck does with his personal vehicle, I guarantee you his insurance is fucking high. It would seem. It would seem. He's not shaking his head. I think he's dead.
Right now, I'm paying $1,800 a year. That's for the $1 million liability and then insurance on the car.
I'm paying $200 less than you, and I ain't had a wreck or nothing.
Yeah.
Now, Chuck? Is that a commercial policy or just
no?
A regular?
In Wisconsin, I don't have to. In Wisconsin, I don't have to have the commercial policy. That's saving me big bucks because a lot of other pilot drivers out there, they're paying like over $5,000 a year for
Yeah, I used to have that. I had commercial. It was Progressive. It was
Wisconsin,
$80 a month. I couldn't believe. I was thrilled, and they were the only ones and then they stopped. Progressive stopped carrying the insurance, so I just went back to regular. But $80 a month was pretty freaking good.
Yeah, Wisconsin just requires $1 million for pilot cars. Just requires $1 million liability. We don't have to have professional.
Yeah.
I suppose it would probably be good just in case the shit hits the fan, but so we get off kind of cheap here. So I gotta go, guys.
All right, take care and have a good
Bye,
time.
everybody. Thanks everybody in the chat. Thank you.
I'm glad you came by, Chuck.
But the insurance thing. I mean, my insurance and my cable bill, they're battling with each other to see which one's going to be higher every month.
Yeah.
Well, that's just because the TV set, the Corvette, has every cable channel it can have.
But I have 4 vehicles that I'm paying insurance for. I have one house with a cable feed. I don't care how many TVs it feeds, it's the same cable feed. But they're almost the same price every damn month. Damn near $400 a month a piece.
Yeah.
How many cars you got?
4.
That's why. They're all insured right now as we speak.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Now, I can accept the cars. The cable.
Okay.
And internet.
No, I agree. Cable
is the problem.
Yeah.
With the cable, but the problem is that you got one house and everybody lives in the house. And what I found out in one place that I was living in Massachusetts is that I was paying the propane bill for the main house had 5 bedrooms, and that lady rented them out. My apartment was a converted garage that guy really did a hell of a job on, really. But turned out that I was paying the propane bill for the 5-bedroom house plus me, and I never cooked. I couldn't figure out why it was so much. Then one time I had a cable problem, and when the guy from Comcast came, he said, "There's a splitter in here, and there's a splitter off of that. There's a splitter off of that. There's a splitter off of that,
Yeah,
and
homemade.
they're all going into the main house. They're not going in. They're not going into your apartment. That's why." It's not just the box in your apartment paying for your apartment. You're paying for everybody. So they all got a pretty tough wake up that night when they got home and went to turn on their cable and realized they didn't have it anymore.
Yeah,
Oh,
well, my cable company doesn't
I said to the guy,
charge me per TV. They just, I mean, they do it for the cable boxes that I have to hook up
yeah.
to get the service.
Well,
Other than that,
this was
the
the
rest
guy.
of the service is just phenomenal. I mean, it makes no sense to
Yeah.
pay well over $100 just to get
Well, you got to remember, it's like when you buy a tire. There's 25 fees attached to it because everybody's getting their damn cut.
yes.
And like the
Yeah.
they actually used to charge $1 to get rid of the tire, which means what
Yeah.
happens? The guy drives by the shop, he takes all the used tires.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's like
you know,
changing your oil.
yeah,
They charge you a oil refinery fee.
Disposal
yeah,
fee.
and
Disposal.
then but then he takes all the tires, and the way it used to work is he takes all the tires, and he would get money to bring them down some like a recycler or whatever, or sell them to a used tire guy who could recap them. Okay, and that's how he made his money. So the dollar every tire they got was free basically. And when you work at Goodyear, that turns into a lot of money at the end of the year, probably $40,000-$50,000 because we sold a shitload of freaking tires. All right.
Yeah.
So anyway, but now last time I checked, it was like $5, $6, $7, and the used guys have to also pay. You got to pay that. So you go in a used tire used to be like $20. Now it's like 30, and part of that is the tire. Getting rid of the tire fee, and it's a fucking scam. Then you got federal taxes. Then you got we had to dig a hole the other day tax, and then you got the 5 guys watching and 1 guy working tax, and then you look at the bill and it's like 14 pages long with number fees. They don't call them taxes; they call them fees. Which is the same thing, but you're paying it. And your bill is only like $17, but when it gets to you, it's 150 or 500 or whatever.
Yeah.
So
yeah, any tire in the shop, $5,000 installed.
but that's like Jimmy said. Apparently, I have to pay for others having wrecks. Yeah, because that's how insurance works. If they get enough wrecks in a year from everybody else, your insurance is going up, which is bullshit. It should be on an individual basis, and if you are, well, you don't have to be a decent driver. All you got to do is avoid buildings, light poles, trees, and other cars. That's all you got to do, or not get caught and be able to drive the car off quickly. Okay, and your insurance should go down, $50, $100.
Yeah, and Louisiana is like one of, if not the highest car insurance states there is.
Really?
Because of the nonstop bullshit and the bureaucracy that goes behind it. But we got all these people driving around like a bunch of freaking idiots that, you never know who's going to just come from a side road and just say, fuck that stop sign. I'm going to run across a 4-lane highway. And
you see it here in Florida.
T-bone somebody.
Oh, yeah. No,
you're right. Here in Florida. They are stupid.
Or you're going to be following someone, and then you're drivers that pay attention, you're looking everywhere because you never know who's going to be the dumbass in the bunch. When you get the one in front of you that decides, oh, I need to stop and turn right now. So you almost ass in this motherfucker. And if
Yep.
you hit him in the end, in the rear end, you're in fault.
Yep.
You're at fault. Yep.
By default. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Believe me,
I don't like that situation either because that ain't always right. Just for what he
Right.
exactly what the hell he
Yep.
just said.
Yep.
What if you're like, I don't know, guy's trying to avoid a
Yeah.
dog
and no
and he slams
signals.
on the brakes? You're not. Well, first of all, that like I'm sure it's the same everywhere. In Florida, you're supposed to be like, I don't know, 10 car lengths behind the guy in front of you, and obviously no one
can't
on
do
the
that.
planet does that. Okay, no one. So
No.
that's one of the reasons why they get you. But here's the deal: insurance companies and the state insurance executives know every single way to suck money out of our pocket.
Yep.
And we have an insurance czar here, have for years and years and years, and I don't see where he's really doing that great a job because every time that the insurance companies ask for to bring their raise to give them a raise, basically, they approve it.
Yeah.
And I don't care. Here's the deal. How about we do this? Start in places like Texas and Florida and just, hire about 10,000 guys and just get rid of all the illegals because 90% of the no insurance bullshit is the illegals. They buy a
Yep.
car now probably for $1,000, $1,500, and they steal a plate that's good and put on it, and then they just drive around until the car breaks down and go buy another one. But in between, like you'll see them, it'll be a brand new wreck on the side of the road. One car has got like people standing outside of it, like it's their car. And the other car is completely empty. All four doors are open, and they ran across 95 or something, and they're gone. You're
Got
not
in the
going to
car
catch
going the other way.
them. Yeah. So
Yeah.
they
Like
run
I
home, they fill up their hefty bag full of shit, and they move to the next place because they had to get the car registered.
It's like I showed up and everybody had to scramble like roaches or something.
Well, what the thing is in Florida, you don't have to have insurance to get the car registered. But you do have to sign a waiver, or I don't know if it's a waiver, but a paper that says, you don't have insurance and you don't have a tag. So that's on file. But that don't stop you from going 6 blocks away, stealing a tag, and putting it on your car, just driving it around.
Damn, you can't register a car here in Louisiana
we had
without
to-
insurance. There's no way.
When we
Well, I
bought
don't
the
know.
Kia, we got a temporary plate because they were going to go to the registry and get the plates for us, but we still had to show that we had insurance.
Well, yeah. Usually when you leave the here now, you
Yeah.
buy a car, you leave the dealer, he gives you a regular license plate, a brand new registration, and you're covered under the dealer's insurance for.
Yeah.
Like I bought this truck. It was on a Sunday, so I was covered for like I don't know, 24 hours or something.
Yeah.
And that's fine. And then the next day we call our insurance company and just switch our insurance to this truck, and blah blah blah, and you give them the information, and you're all done. But I don't know if you can do that anymore. I know you used to be able to, because you're not
Yeah,
allowed
no,
to
we
have
had
a
to.
car on
Yeah,
your
we had.
property that's not registered because the state of Florida don't
Yeah.
like losing that kind of money.
Yeah, here in
Right.
Louisiana,
Yeah, we had
if you let your registration expire on a vehicle,
Oh God, they will.
you have to turn in the plates
Yeah, same here.
and put that sumbitch on blocks.
Oh, yeah, you're not allowed to
Yep.
do that in most places in Florida.
Yeah.
You got to turn it. You're supposed to turn the tag in. I've never turned in a tag in my life unless they made me. I have a
Yeah.
stack of tags that have lasted throughout my life. Have been on some car or another out in the barn that I have owned all the way back to like I don't know 96 or 4 or something like that. At least that's what the sticker says. And but yeah, that's what you're supposed to do here. But these illegals, when you talk about an underground railroad like they had during the slavery, it is the
Yep.
exact same thing here. They get here, all the information they need, all they have to do is open their mouth, and every one of them knows the same shit. And that's how they get over the border, because somebody goes down there from the American government or the
Yeah.
Catholic Church and tells them how to get in. And once they get in and get amongst their own, that's how they find out all this other shit. It's how they get jobs, because construction is always looking for
Yep.
somebody, and they go out there and they live in the same house, 8 of them to a house, 10 of them, 12, whatever it is. Their rent is cheap. They send a shitload of
8 of
money
them
back
to a
home
bedroom.
through Western Union.
Yep.
They buy phone cards. I remember going to the freaking convenience stores, and if there was 2 or 3 phone calls from like Mexico or something, like bigger countries, that was it. All right, and now they got an entire freaking rack. It looks like them racks that they put the gift cards on it, like Walmart and all that kind of shit.
Hmm.
But there's like 200-300 of them from every country in the freaking world. All right. So they buy the phone cards, they go to Western Union, send the money home, and then the rest is for beer. They got 3 sets of clothes and a hefty bag to carry them in
Yep.
when they move, and they literally move in and out at midnight, in 2, 3 o'clock, and I used to watch them 3 o'clock in
Yep.
the morning. They'd move 8 out and put 8 more in. The faces in my building the first month or two changed weekly. I couldn't keep track of it. I'm like, this is fucking ridiculous. But that's how it was.
Yep. How it is here.
Yep.
Same way. The a whole bunch of illegals. I know they're illegal because I know where they're working. The potato plants, crawfish plants, those are all illegals. Now, the majority of them are women, and they get off of work every day. They must get paid daily, and they go to the local convenience store, buy what they need to eat
Yep.
for that night, and that's it. And then
Yeah.
the next day, rinse and repeat.
And when they're shopping at the 7-Eleven for dinner,
Yeah.
that's usually a sure
They
sign.
go to Dollar General.
Yep.
When they're
The-
doing their laundry every single day, that's normally a sure sign, because they literally have the work clothes, the hanging out clothes, and then one like new pair of jeans and some Mexican fucking
Yeah.
wacko looking Western shirt, and the boots that are like 75 foot long, but they curl up in the front and almost hit you in the eye when you
Yeah.
walk. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. But these women, and they travel in packs. You watch them walk, at quitting time. They're walking in packs and, cross the street or walk down the street, and, they're all together. But I know they're all illegal. I
yep.
mean, there's no way they are illegal. I mean,
Well, yeah, you can tell too by the body language. Um, with he's going for a smoke, but they never make eye contact, and a lot of times they're looking at the ground, and they look like they're trying to hug the shadows or something. It's weird. You get to pick this shit up when you live amongst them, and so it is what it is. I don't know. When he comes back, though, I gotta go, Dave.
That's all right. I was going to tell you that we pretty much needed to wrap it up because the dogs decided to go crazy because everybody came home too.
Oh, okay.
But
Well,
but I'll wait for Nikki to come back.
give him about a minute, and he'll have his phone on, and he'll already know.
Yeah. Okay. All right, but I'm glad you
Yeah,
came.
thank you.
Glad you
Appreciate you
came.
inviting me. Always a good time, Dave.
You do
Always
what-
a good time.
Yeah, I enjoy it because when you're here, when other people are here, we take it off of politics. We start with politics, give everybody a little bit of dose of what I think they got to hear, and then we get off it and we go on to
Well,
everything else. And to be honest with you, mainly it's the everything else that seems to be the ones I enjoy the
when you're
most.
talking about shit like bills or insurance or whatever, that is politics because why do you
Yeah,
think it's damn high?
well,
And every single
it
thing
is.
this government does, or your state, or county, or city, or parish, if you live in Louisiana, whatever they do, you pay.
Yep,
And the problem is we've been taking this and taking this. Our parents took it. Their parents took it. Everybody's been taking it for 100 freaking years, and it's time for it to end. So
yep.
you sound like you're living in the call of the wild, there, Dave.
Yeah, people came home, so the dogs are going. The dogs usually go crazy. If I'm the only one home, the dogs go crazy about 15 minutes after everybody's left because they realize that they've left. And then once people come in, the dogs go crazy, and then
Yeah,
I
ours
don't
are the
know.
same way. They don't. The crazy one bays a lot when we come home. The other one is
Yeah,
very seldom do I hear her bark, which I'm very happy
yeah,
with because the other one is just flat out annoying after the first 5 minutes. And I don't
yeah.
know
The
what,
Chihuahua can be
she can
like
hear
that.
shit. She's like a hound, so she can hear shit and smell shit out in the woods that I can't see. And you'd think like
Yep.
the dog next door wanders over here about every day to get his cookies I leave on the step for him, or her rather. And you'd think she'd be used to her, but no, she acts like it's the first time she ever saw her.
Well, she probably sees you walking outside with that cookie, and she wants
Well, they
one for
get
her.
like 8 or 10 of them a day. I'll have to freaking deal with that, I guess. I don't know. Uh,
Yeah, yeah.
I
I don't
can't
know.
feed them in the same place. I got to feed one in the house and one out on the porch because the crazy one will eat her food. So
Yeah, yeah. The Chihuahua will eat the cat's food if we don't
yeah,
separate them too.
absolutely. Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Dogs for some
yeah,
reason love cat food. I don't know why that is.
yeah. Well, Delilah, we had four cats in California. The one that we brought, I mean, in Connecticut, one that we brought with us, and Delilah. And so the gray tiger cat's like 16, 17 years old. Delilah's 13. She probably grew up thinking she was a
Oh
cat.
no, I had 5 cats and 2 dogs, and the one cat and the
Yeah.
dog got along really well. They play together and everything. It was really cool to watch. The mother cat didn't like the dog, and the dog would walk by and she'd just claw him for no reason. But the other dog I had was a min pin, and when somebody knocked on the door, he would herd all the cats into the bedroom and then go to the door. I didn't realize, and one day I'm watching him, and every cat that was in the house, he herded into the bedroom and then went to the door. I was like, wow, that's actually pretty
Huh.
cool. He's trying to protect the cats because the cats probably would have gave him a run for his money uh,
Yeah.
if they had a fight. But you know, cat food and dogs isn't good. No, it's not really. But
No.
dogs don't seem to
No.
care, and until they get sick. When it
Yeah.
comes to food, dogs ain't particularly bright, but they'll eat
No.
anything.
Yeah. Uh,
Mm.
uh,
You know what? They're
uh,
like part of the family and stuff, and
they are.
you know,
They are. They are.
they can shut
Yeah.
down their kidneys. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. They can.
absolutely.
Yeah. You don't want it. You don't. Got to be careful because the dogs will eat it. Yeah, Delilah would eat cat food if that was the only thing on her plate. Problem, but it's. I think Donna said it's a lot of sugar, so you have to be
Well,
careful.
I had the min pin, and we had a hurricane. The electric was out for 13 days, so I decided to. It was a good time to really scrub out the refrigerator, so I did. And the only
Yeah.
thing that was in there was some baker's chocolate. Now, I don't know if anybody's
Oh,
ever taken a hunk out of some baker's chocolate. It is
semi-sweet, good stuff.
no. This was the actual no sweetness. It was just
Oh,
bitter
okay.
ass
Oh,
horribleness.
yeah.
Is what it
Okay.
was. I actually bit into one day to see what it tasted like,
Yeah.
and I
No.
regretted it. To this day, I remember that taste. Anyway,
Yeah.
I left the
Yeah.
doors of the refrigerator open because I didn't want it to start to smell and all that. So I come home one day and the dog is sick. And I'm looking at the dog like, what the hell happened to you? And then I saw the empty package of Baker's chocolate, the whole freaking bar.
Yeah.
And for probably 3 or 4
Oh
days, she was not well and survived it.
no.
And it was like, okay.
Yeah.
Um, and with her, it was like, or actually, it was a him, but with him, it was like that son of a bitch. He'd do it again. I know he would. I
Oh
made chicken
God.
sandwiches on rolls with lettuce, tomato, and mayonnaise, and all this. I set it down on the couch, had to answer the door, walked
Yeah.
outside. I was out there 5 minutes. I came back in. Both sandwiches were gone.
Yeah.
And he was licking his
I
lips like
remember
he was
that
very
story.
happy. And I'm like, motherfucker, you ate my dinner. So, and he had
Yeah.
no teeth. So that's mad skills when you can eat two chicken sandwiches, rolls and all, and lettuce. No, he left the lettuce. He ate the tomato though, which is also bad for him.
Yeah. 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 I don't understand lettuce. To me, it's just like biting into water.
It kind of is, but
I
I don't know.
mean,
I like lettuce on
I
my.
mean, there must be something that people like because they sell a lot of it. But I mean, it's just like biting into a wedge of water. But that's just me.
Well, before
Yeah.
when we first got the crazy one, I had a system. I had to work out a system just to cook dinner because she would steal the food right off the countertop. And I put like
Ouch.
nothing. I put stuff on top of the coffee pot. I put stuff on top of the refrigerator. I did. Instead of getting her, shooting her, I decided to make my life miserable and do this because the minute you turned your back, she was trying to steal something. And then the other dog that we had died, and she calmed right down. And now we got this one. Brought her in. She's not as bad. She's about a third of what it was. So, and there's Nick. Okay, good. Well, Dave, you have a
Yep.
good night. Hopefully, we'll
All
see you
right.
tomorrow night. Looks
All
like
right.
your internet's doing pretty good
You
tonight.
will see me.
Uh,
Yeah, you will see
all
me
right,
tomorrow. I think.
and
Yeah. Actually, yeah, it came back up. It was okay about 8 o'clock, but I figured it was probably too late to come back.
no,
So,
okay. Do you
yeah.
know why it's doing this?
No. Well, I mean, I think I know why it's doing it, but we're using a Comcast wireless modem. The house is not actually connected to a pole. So we're using a Comcast wireless modem, which looks for the best Comcast
I,
wireless signal it can get. And the problem is that my daughter-in-law has 3 laptops and a phone when she's working going. My son has one going with a terabyte hard drive. I'm trying to run mine. I don't know what my grandson has plugged in because he's either playing games online with his friends or
yeah.
and so it's just too many devices.
You need to have
It's just
yeah.
too
You
many
need to have that
devices.
wire coming into the house is the problem. because you need
Yeah.
a
That may
specific signal, and it needs to go from wherever the wire on the pole
right.
is to the house. That's why.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
satellite
Yeah.
is like.
Yeah.
Although you
Yeah.
do have a wire from the dish to the modem, but you still got that 35,000 miles of you know
Yeah. Yeah.
emptiness.
You need the
Yeah.
cable.
All right.
Yeah. You need
Well,
the
you guys
cable.
have a good
But
night,
anyway, yeah.
and
We.
we'll see you tomorrow. Nick,
All right.
take care. We'll hopefully see you
Yeah.
tomorrow,
All
and
right.
I don't know.
Okay.
We'll do something. Take care.
Yeah.
Hopefully. All right, Jerry. Thanks for coming.
Like who was it said? Somebody did some things.
Yeah, alien.
Somebody did
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, Omar. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Omar.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
All right, Jerry.
All right, brother.
All right, Jerry. All right, Nikki. Anything you have to say? Final words. We waited for you to come back.
Yeah. Still alive, so I survived. I survived that.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
other than that,
I'm glad you came.
I mean, didn't answer you earlier because I couldn't give you a definitive answer,
That's okay.
especially at
That's okay.
9:25 in the morning.
Well, no, I know. I just wanted, for some reason, it was give everybody an early
Yeah.
check to see who could come on and who could not come on.
You have my permission to just send me the links to your show.
Okay.
Just send me the links, and if I can make it, I'll make it. And
okay. I tried the chat on Messenger idea once, and what I got back was there was too many people talking in it, aside from just sending the links. And I was just kind of send people the link. And I don't care if I have to send out 50 links and 3 people show up. I don't care.
Yeah, just personally send me the link. You have my messenger. So
okay. Yep.
Yeah, I will make Jerry's the AMREP tomorrow, and
please. I hope Chuck does.
I'll see what happens on Thursday night with your show.
Yep.
So yeah, just send me the links, man.
I'll send you the link.
You're all
I'll
good.
Put you on the list.
It's not gonna
I'll put you
upset
on the
me.
list.
Yeah.
Now I figure if I upset you, Yolanda will be in your place.
Yeah, I'll put her on here to read you. Yeah.
Sometimes it'd be interesting to have her on just to see what just to have her on and see what she says.
Oh Lord, you don't want that day.
I don't know.
Well, I'll have to try that. Maybe Thursday night, and I'll say, Yolanda, Dave requests your presence on the show.
As long as my wife isn't watching.
Yeah, because man, Michelle got so upset when Yolanda read Jerry's ass. It's like, oh my God, Michelle was calling me every day. Is Jerry gonna die? Is Jerry gonna die?
Yeah.
No, he's not gonna die.
I'm not dying. I'm not going anywhere. I'm having too much fun here.
Yeah. But Yolanda might give you some good news. You never know, Dave.
Okay. Yeah, that would.
Yeah. Or not, but still.
I tell people the winning lottery numbers don't. The winning Powerball or Mega Millions numbers are not a good idea for me to have. Well, they're actually a good idea for me to have. You might not see me on the broadcasts anymore.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I'd be a sayonara.
Yeah. Or I might just come on to do the broadcasts. I don't know.
Yeah, to tell everybody to kiss my ass.
Yeah.
Be done with it.
I'd probably come on with a whole script
I'd probably
just to see how long it takes
anyway.
for Facebook. See how long it would take Facebook to kick me off.
Yeah, exactly. Because it wouldn't matter at that point.
That would be the interesting thing to just when we all had time to just get 10 of us together and just do a broadcast and wait to see how long it took them to kick us off.
Yeah, I'm one of these multi-millionaires now. So you really want to kick me off?
Yeah. I don't know. So many ways to become rich, and I just don't understand them.
And I hadn't
Uh,
figured out the one that works. So
no, I haven't either. All right. Anything else?
no, Dave, it was a good show tonight. I
All right.
enjoyed it.
It was a good
Yeah.
show. And as I said to Jerry, I like the ones where we get some politics out in the beginning and then we move on
Yeah.
to everything else. And then Jerry kind of said that everything centers around politics, which is true. We'll break off into another subject and it's political. We were talking about insurance and that's political. And I wanted to throw in, but I just remembered now that what I wanted to throw into that discussion about rates going up is I have United Healthcare as my I'm at an HMO on United Healthcare that covers my Medicare, so they do everything. And one year I had a plan that had no monthly premium, and they decided because they were losing money on their Obamacare policies that they were going to add a monthly premium to my plan. And I remember arguing with them, just going, you can't do that to me because I can't have an Obamacare plan because I'm on Medicare.
Yeah.
So, anyway, I don't know. If it isn't one thing, it's another thing. And yeah, we'll talk about it tomorrow night. We'll talk about it on Thursday night.
Yes, sir.
All right. Always a pleasure, Nikki. Bonsoir.
Bonsoir.
This one, that one. Okay. Bonsoir. You want to do it or you want me to do it?
What? Bonsoir.
I used to ask people all the time, do you want me to bounce them or do they want to bounce it? It was like me, I would tell people, make sure you have your hand on the rip cord for your parachute, and then I would just go boom and they'd be gone. Kind of like Howard Stern hanging up on people.
Yeah, I got the leave button. That's all I got. So
you got the leave button. No, I got something better than the leave button.
Yeah.
Make sure you got your parachute.
Everybody get the fuck off.
Okay, make sure you got your parachute ready. 3, 2, 1. I hate to do that, but it is a lot of fun. Anyway, hey, it is almost 9 o'clock. We went a little bit later than we should, but sometimes you have to do it. Anyway, I want to thank Robin Brunson was watching, William Grant was watching, and let's see, Michael Anthony was in there watching, I think. I didn't keep my eye on the live chat commenting like I should have, so I apologize for paying a little bit more attention on Thursday. And one monitor is really late sending comments to the one that allows me to be able to flash them up on the screen. So if we didn't get your comment up on the screen, I apologize. And Thursday, we will do a better job. Tomorrow morning at 10 a.m., it's Randy Rhodes and me, and let's see, possibly William Lockett, which you've seen on our show, plus you've seen on Jerry's The American Rebellion broadcast. And I believe he does a show on Wimkin. Hopefully, if he's around and available in the morning, we'll get him on tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. I don't know if Chuck will be with us because he's on vacation. It's too early for Nikki. Usually Jerry is watching. So anybody who wants to be a part of that fun, join us tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. on my profile and on the Boogie with the Bull YouTube channel for morning caffeine. Then tomorrow night, make sure you catch the American Rebellion, which is on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday, 7 p.m. Eastern. Somewhere on Facebook. It's getting kicked around lately, but you'll know. And please watch. And over there on X, too. So you can always watch over there. Anyway, Double Boost for Victory. This Boogie with the Bull broadcast is going to come to an end. This is the part of the broadcast where I say you've been watching Boogie with the Bull Uncensored for Tuesday night, February 4th, 2025. A copyrighted presentation of the No Budget Broadcasting Company. I really appreciate everybody who was here. I hope if you liked it, you gave it a thumbs up and shared it. all over Facebook. If you really want to make me happy, if you go off of Facebook, go join the Boogie with the Bull YouTube channel and take the link from there and share it off of Facebook, anywhere on the internet that you go. It really helps. Anyway, we'll get it all figured out. One day we might wake up and have 5 million people watching. I don't know. But anyway, I'm happy with the, let's see, it's going to give me 52 people watching on that one. We're going to look at this one. It might be a little bit more. And then we're going to get us out of here. Let's see what this one says. 33 shares. That one's not telling me how many people will get done. Anyway, I'm happy. 52 people is great. 1 people is great. Anyway, the more the merrier. And if you want to come on, you know what to do for Thursday night. We'll tell you more about that tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Anyway, I'm Dave Bull, and you're not.